Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for the Discipline Therapy podcast with your two hosts, the lovely Suhey Sotomayor, and with me always, the fabulous seven-time author, Mr. E.L. Discipline.
Okay.
This,
You want some?
you know what? I was so
Psych.
close.
You got fooled last time. You really thought.
I really thought that you changed your ways. Yes, I did. I really did think that.
All right.
Mean. See how mean my partner is? Mean. Business partner. No.
She's a fiend for cannabis.
You know what else about fiends?
What?
I like how we talk about fiends and then
Mhm.
I do it and then take it over.
We have fiends, especially for the show,
You know what
and they
that
know what
means?
that means.
Mm-hmm.
That means we have your dose of weekly discipline therapy where everything is completely free. See, if you subscribe, there's no monthly fee. It's free. It's judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or roll a blunt. But the main thing is make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and vulgar conversation. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast.
We're here. All right. So we are up to the season 7 finale. Please don't leave that into. Episode 80. Sexual chemistry or emotional connection, which is chapter 32 in the Seduction of Discipline. And you know what else we have? We have another guest caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hey, thank you for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right.
Wh-
So, what you gonna say? Caller, do you want to remain anonymous or would you like to state your name?
My name's Linda.
All right, Linda. And did you hear what the episode topic is? Sexual chemistry or emotional connection. All right. So, which one would you pick? Sexual chemistry, great sex, or sexual arousal, or an emotional connection with love, feelings, thoughts, telepathy, conversations, great communication, understanding, acceptance, compassion, loyalty, and honor. I mean, when you list all that, that's kind of hard to choose. Which would you choose, Linda?
I would choose the latter. Obviously, those are all great qualities in a
Right.
long-term relationship.
I agree.
But it is the journey in finding the person with the long-term relationship to have
So,
I agree.
so,
all of those.
so, what about short term? Are you even looking at those options? Short term relationship?
Those are things that it grows into. In my perception or my experience, at least.
So, if you have all those things, but the sexual chemistry is not there, would
Oh,
you?
I definitely need a sexual chemistry. Otherwise, it's a friendship.
Hmm. That's a good point.
But do you know that um, a plethora of women do not get both? So
I'm aware of that. It is hard to find.
let me
Mhm.
ask you a question. If you have the sexual chemistry, will you suppress these necessities personally for you because the sex is there? Or because the sex is so good, will you try to
Form a connection.
form a connection with him, project your love language upon him? Hey, we need to do more recreational intimacy. Let's find out what we like similar interests. You like going to the movies, dancing. Let's do that together. Like, would you do that? Would you start building a relationship and all the stuff that you require emotionally and everything that Suhei listed because of that?
Based off the sex, you mean?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't think I would be having the sex with anyone that I didn't feel had the ability or the willingness to grow into something more. I think the initial first time and the building of all of the communications from the very first word spoken till the first kiss and the first date and the first time that you're intimate together, like all of those things are building up into what a relationship could be.
Mm.
And at a certain point, I mean, yes, that is what I want. Long term, that's what I'm looking for.
So
And in the short term, I am embracing what is available to me.
Mm. That's a nice way of putting it.
so short term is an option.
Yes.
Okay. So when you go on a date, you meet a guy for the first time, um, are you asking them these questions or waiting for him to ask you these questions? Learning their personality. Like, how does the process? How's the dating process go in your mind, or what you experienced?
Good
I'm
question.
I'm a big conversationalist,
Okay.
so um and also being more I struggle with for myself being the independent woman, and very dominant and alpha in my day life, but not looking for that in my love life. And so when I have a conversation, whether from the first date, from the first communication, I'm already paying attention to signs of whether or not he's a leader and someone who's going to lead me in that direction, or is his conversational skills at a level that is not going to
So you can
compare
tell
with mine.
you can tell off how the conversation is going or not going, and whether or not you're going to um continue seeing him or
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Are you
and
currently
and that would happen before there was any intimacy.
Right, right.
are you currently in a relationship?
I am not.
Are you sexually active? You could always plead a
Yes.
fifth.
No, I am.
Okay. So, it, are you in a sexual relationship?
Hmm, I feel like that's a loaded question.
You could plead a fifth.
Yeah, I plead the
You
fifth.
plead a fifth. Okay.
Smart
Not out
woman.
of secrecy, but out of defining what exactly that is.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'll get into depth. You ready?
Yes.
You are in a
She sounds
sexual.
scared.
You are in a sexual relationship.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Because I'm having sex.
Not just that. You just admitted earlier long term, and you mentioned, and I asked you, are you in a relationship? And you said no. So I'm gonna assume. Now I might be talking on my ass, so you can check me. I'm gonna assume that the person you are sexually active with do not have all these things that you require as a sapiosexual. Do you know what a sapiosexual is?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that. Now, am I talking shit?
No.
You see? So therefore, a woman like you would kind of compromise those things that she wants based off what that guy might provide, look like, have, or convenience. Maybe he lives 10 minutes away, or
My
status.
my personal situation is a long distance situation.
Okay.
So that is the reason that it isn't
But a long distance
on the
relationship,
same level as an actual
but a
relationship
long
that
distance, but a long distance
I would
relation,
be exclusive to.
but a long distance relationship, um, you should have all these other things then, right? Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
She said
Being
yes.
the conversationalist
Oh.
and the thoughts, the telepathy, understanding, acceptance, loyalty, honor, emotional connection.
All of the above.
So you have all that.
Mhm. I have that available to me.
What did she
I
say?
can't give. I cannot at this point right now. I cannot give 100% to the person that can't give 100% to me.
Okay.
So that's the situation. You
Mhm.
say?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
it is complicated. So
Have you ever been in a situation with a man, whether it was like a fuck buddy or like a relationship with a partner or lover, where you experienced that mind blowing, soul out of the body, legs convulsing orgasm, and you thought about it for days after?
yes,
All right, that's awesome because not a lot of women get to experience that. That's for sure. Why do you think fuck buddies last longer than relationships?
I think that when you have an understanding that there's a limitation to your relationship, you know where you know how to stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you don't discuss what you guys are to each other, then it's open to interpretation, and emotions
I
can
agree.
easily get tangled up in that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree with that.
Have you ever been digmatized?
Yes,
Okay. Have you ever had a deep, intimate conversation with someone and it turned you on or gave you a high?
Good question.
yes, that is yes.
Have you ever had like a great conversation with someone or like a deep mental or emotional connection and they weren't in a relationship? Like they were single, they were free, but you were in a relationship with someone else?
Unfortunately, yes.
That's the worst.
It is
Because you're like,
timing,
damn it, we're,
timing and distance.
yeah.
It is not often on my side.
Oh,
Um,
that sucks.
yeah,
I'm sorry for that.
it is. It is what it is.
Yeah. How do you cope with, like, how do you deal with that?
Well, I love myself. I have been on a little journey of being independent,
Good for you.
but not trying to be so independent that I don't need a man. I
Right.
definitely um, I'm in a place now where I would love to be in a relationship.
Like to share your life with
Uh,
someone.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Like I am a nurturer, and I am I think I am actually ready, like from all of the damaged relationships that I've had in the past, that I've learned and moved on and
Healed from.
assessed,
Mm-hmm.
what happened. I feel like I'm in a very healthy place.
Good for you. That's
Um,
awesome.
but yeah, it is good. But it is lonely at times. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely have moments where I need attention and affection, or I crave intimacy.
Right.
And
Well, I feel like
I'll,
that's normal for a human being, period.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. And I think through the pandemic, we've also been isolated, and that
Mm-hmm.
has
Mm-hmm.
changed our willingness to get out there. Because I suppose I could get on a dating app or something. That doesn't interest me at all. But
Mm.
As far as,
also,
go ahead.
how do I form new connections if I don't meet new people?
Yeah, that's true.
As far as what you're currently involved with, if you want to build a relationship out of that, there's nothing to it but to do it. Distance
Right.
distance is really irrelevant. Whether somebody really sees something like, yo, you know what, we could actually build off of this. The distance is just childish. You moving out here, I'm moving out there.
Mm.
Right.
I'll look up a transfer tomorrow at work. That way I don't lose shit. I'll be ready to look at apartments. Am I moving in with you? I'm getting my own place. Da, da, da. It's, trust me, girl. It's not like when you really desire something. If you find something that is a rarity, right? I will reiterate. If you find something that is a rarity, and all levels of intimacy is touching, you already know it's gonna be rare that you're gonna find that again and again and again and again, especially if you dated and had past lovers, because there are certain things that men are so steadfast on that it's very hard to find, and the higher they elevate in success, guess what, a lot of these social skills they lack.
Mm.
Conversations for a long time over the phone. Well, a lot of men don't like doing that shit because that takes emotions. Women are inclined to doing that. This takes a man being in his masculinity and his femininity, because we're born with both.
Mm-hmm.
So when you find a man that can fuck you good, successful, tall, maybe you have a race preference and a skin color. You find that. You find conversations. You do this. He's a leader. He's a protector. He's dominant. He's gonna lead. He got his head right, head on a swivel type of shit. He's dominant, gangster, give you the everything that you want. There ain't nothing that's gonna keep that from you keeping that. You're gonna do everything in your power to keep it, even if that means moving
Moving.
where he's at
Mm-hmm.
or asking him, would you move?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And if somebody's not willing to do that, they're not really investing in that relationship. All they're doing is wasting time. So maybe they don't know what they want.
Mm,
And I'm not assuming on your situation. I'm just speaking in general.
right. So, what gender is more likely to be more about the emotional connection, and which one is more about the sexual chemistry, do you think?
I mean, I know that the general answer would probably be women
Mm,
on the emotional,
Yeah.
but I am just equally in tune to my sexual side as my emotional. So
Yeah, I think
mm,
that's
I
important as well.
I think that at least at least for me, my sexual side, being aware of that, it's balancing out my emotional side.
Oh, good.
mm,
That's good. That's awesome.
mm.
Yeah,
So, what gender communicates better, in your opinion?
I think women communicate better than men.
I do too.
I definitely disagree with that. But
Really?
yeah,
Oh, interesting.
but we'll
Unless they're playing video games. Sorry.
women,
Ouch.
unless women are playing video games.
Men.
No, men.
Oh, okay.
What gender cares?
That's her opinion and yours
It's
too. So
exactly,
I
it's
didn't
a
say
personal opinion.
about
yeah,
video games.
the fact of the matter is women suck at communicating. It's very rare that women do. I think the biggest misconception is pouring out your feelings, and I think that is taken as communicating.
Communicating. I also think it's
Most
timing.
most women I've dealt with, and even women in this modern era, they could be rich, they could be intelligent, all of that. Communication skills is in their entirety. I don't want to run into it because it's we always do this with the caller's perspective, so it's not a debate and it's not a panel.
Got you.
We'll go in when she's
After.
done,
Okay.
but I just want to touch real quick.
Okay.
Communication, and when you're a good communicator, I had this in an audio show I did. You have an entirety of being a good communicator. Listen, even when you're angry. Emotional intelligence, articulating what you feel, and not projecting your love language upon the other person.
Mm-hmm.
You accepting
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So, do I feel like women do that better than men? No.
Okay.
But do women vocalize what they want and let's communicate more and have conversations? Yes, definitely women. But do they do it better? No.
What gender do you feel cares more about sex, or do you feel like it's both?
I feel like both.
Me too. I agree with that. And
I think okay. I'll let her do her thing.
can you be with someone who was just physically appealing, had money, but wasn't into the sexual kinks or lifestyle or fetishes that you were into?
First of all, are you into any lifestyles
Yes, I
fetishes?
am.
Okay, so now you can answer.
Um, no, I wouldn't if we were not sexually compatible. No.
Okay.
What if you had the connection, the conversation, success, but wasn't physically
Appealing.
appealing?
Would you turn that into an intimate relationship for short term or long term?
Oh, I feel like she answered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one.
I,
Remember when you
I'm
asked?
that. Well, also, I think that would probably be more of a friendship.
Platonic friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, do you think relationships are built off of preference?
I think the initial chance that we do give relationships to turn into something that we would consider is based off of preference.
Okay.
But
All right.
I mean, as you get to know anyone, the opportunity to get to know someone better, then those preferences diminish.
Okay.
I agree with that.
All right.
Any other questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, Linda, for joining us today. That was
No problem.
thank you for your opinions on it, and I agree with a lot of them. You had some really good points.
Thank you. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
It's always good to talk to you guys. I love your podcast. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for having me.
much.
Thanks for being on the show. Which one would you choose?
You know what? I would have to say, is this still for? Are we doing long term, short term? Or just answer. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say emotional
Mm-mm.
connection because I feel like once you have that,
Do what you initially say. Long term or short term.
um, All right, this is gonna
Sexual
sound a little
chemistry?
bad. Yeah, short term,
Okay.
probably sexual chemistry. Long term, emotional connection. But I also feel that if you have that emotional connection off rip with whoever, that emotional connection will turn everything. You will get now that great sexual chemistry. You'll have that great sex because you're connecting on all levels. That's what I think.
Mm, yeah, yeah,
No way.
yeah. But the thing is, both parties have to be in sync for that to happen.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for me,
That's hard.
which one would I choose? Emotional connection. Because sex is not a big deal for me
Mm,
because I'm the master in it already.
right.
It's so hard to compare me because even in bed, we're not taking turns doing shit. Like it's
Right.
not, baby, you're gonna ride me today. Hey, baby, go out get that dildo. Fuck me in the ass tonight. You're dominating me tonight. You see?
Right. Right.
It's like everything in the entirety is like one way, but there's such a great negotiation that they like it because they're
Mm,
getting benefits from it being one-sided.
right.
There
Right.
are certain things that is like, okay, you could do that. Like, for example, let's say I lived with a submissive.
Okay.
We split up the duties. You
Oh,
want to
okay.
cook and clean? Great. I'll change tires, oil, yard work, lawn mower, everything. Fix things around the house, provide protection. You see?
Mm-hmm.
We're splitting it up. It's kind of like a 50-50 there or 100 or 100.
Okay.
You see?
Interesting.
Partnership because we're each doing our part. But it's like when you talk about bedroom, it's one-sided. She's
Mm,
never going to be choking me.
I got you.
Okay?
Right.
So in a
But she's
way,
still getting those benefits from it.
yes, but my point is sexual chemistry doesn't matter to
Mm,
me
right.
because I'm the dominator. I
Right.
could tie her up and have my way.
Right. But
She's cool with that.
but
Now,
sexual chemistry though isn't it like you see someone and you are turned on like you
yes,
want to? So
is it
that is kind of
attraction?
important. No?
For a man, me specifically, yes, I need to be attracted to her.
Okay.
However, I don't base the relationship and build the relationship based off of that.
Okay.
You see?
Gotcha.
It is a bonus, but I will be with an 8 out of 10 girl, a
Gotcha.
7 out of 10 if she has all these other
Quality.
things
Got it.
because
Okay.
I don't do short-term shit. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
If I was a short-term shit type of guy, yes, I
Physical.
pick sexual chemistry. Who
Mm-hmm.
gives a fuck about emotions? Because I'm fucking you. I don't even need to know your fucking real name.
Good.
You laugh, but I'm just keeping it
No, I
real.
know. I'm just saying.
That's like you meet a
Jeez.
girl in the club. Yo, let's fuck in the bathroom right now. Names are irrelevant. I got a wife at home.
Oh my lord.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
So it's sexual chemistry. Big booty, pretty face tat. She got my dick hard. Hey, baby, what's up? Let's do it. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So the reality for me is it's not because the reality is I'm a seducer and a pleasurer. So
Mm-hmm.
when I go in a sexual environment, I'm never thinking selfishly. Huh?
Mm.
Men are different.
Yes.
They want to
Most
get
men.
themselves off.
Right.
Yes, and I say men, generalizing, because
Mm.
kings and gods are not in this category. They're not men. They're beyond that.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So men in general, males, let me to reiterate, males, not men.
Gotcha.
Because men is masculinity. It is divine. So males are thirsty. Males
Mm-hmm.
are the pit bull with that little pink thing hanging out.
Oh Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Those are males.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have sexual discipline.
Yeah.
So the reality is me, it's like she's getting a gift. So at the end of the day, me providing that is me being selfless.
Mm.
Doing that. So why do I care so much about it? She's getting the selfless sex. That's great because she's doing all these things out of it that has put me in tune to do that. You see?
Got you.
So at the end of the day, I want the emotional connection because
Mm-hmm.
just like you, I'm going to build all those things. If I don't love, trust, have feelings for, how's she going to get the beast in bed? I might not even give her a second round.
That's a good point.
I might be horny myself. So I'll give her that round and get off. We won't even go long. Probably just give her 5 minutes. I don't care. But before I'm giving her 15 and 20. and foreplay
Mm,
and a second round or third round because I trust, respect. She's submissive. She's willing to do these things. We have a
right.
connection mentally, spiritually, and all that. And being a conversationalist and a sapiosexual myself, a conversation can turn me on and we into a second round. But if she's fucking dumb like a bucket of shrimp, my dick won't get hard. You see? So she's not getting the second round.
Gotcha.
So what is required more of me? Emotional connection. That is the foundation. That is the pistons and the valves to the engine to make the car run.
Yeah, I agree. Because once you have that, like I said, everything else falls into place.
Yes, but you're speaking on a sense that a man will be in tune. That's why I say it has to be the same.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's very rare you're going to get a man that is in tune with himself and conversationist and all this shit.
Yes, that's very hard out there. We've discussed
so ultimately, most modern relationships are settling for the sexual connection.
I agree with that too.
Chemistry.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
You see? They may say they want the emotional connection, but they never had it. And if they have it now because they're so used to fuck shit, will they really appreciate it or know what it is?
Probably not.
Yeah.
So why do you think fuck buddies last longer than relationships?
Because there's already an establishment there. There's already we know what the business is. That if I call you right now and I say, let's chill, code word,
right?
Because women used to say that to me back in the day. And I already knew what they want. That means I'm coming over to get piped down by you. Or that means I'm going over there to pipe you down and do all these other things. You see, there's an understanding there. And
there's no expectation.
And the reality is, because we talked about this in other shows prior, there's no responsibility.
Or expectations.
I ain't gotta fucking take her out. I ain't gotta plan for shit. I ain't gotta be a provider. I ain't even gotta protect this bitch. I ain't gotta do none of this stuff. I don't worry about her. She don't have to tell me her day. She don't have to tell me her real name, her middle name. She don't have to tell me her family, her feelings. None of this stuff that I have to be overbearing for and know and want to provide an emotional, physical, psychological access. That will transcend mediocrity. I don't have to do that shit. So we know that there's an agreement and an understanding. Friends with benefits. It's an agreement and an understanding. Relationships are harder.
A lot harder.
You see?
You're also trying to impress or almost putting on like an act, kind of. I feel like.
Yes, and the reality is you have to adjust and learn their identity and do certain things. Like, for example, a woman could get with a man and she never had a man like this, like me, for example. And he's like, yo, he likes to pick the color of your nails. He likes your nails to be done. Hair, if you're getting your hair done, he wants to know about it. Any type of changes to your body, you're getting a new tattoo, he wants to know about that. Men in the past never cared. So now she has to learn that on a daily to adjust to it like it's second nature. So the reality is, when you have a fuck buddy, you don't have
to do any of that.
Yes. So it's a lot easier. And it can go for a long time. Like, man, we've been fucking for 6 years. We've been just, she maybe could be married. He could probably have a girl or something, right? And she's just like, man, we've been together for so long, because there's no emotions.
Right.
For you to put yourself in a position to be
hurt by it or anything. Yep, I agree with that.
So a lot more people will be inclined to doing that.
So because you're a sapiosexual and you've written 7 books and you enjoy that kind of, this question is kind of hard to ask. I mean, I'm sure that you have. Let me change it. How often does it happen to you where you have a deep, intimate conversation with someone and it turns you on or gives you a high?
Have you ever been digmatized?
Oh, did I just skip over that?
Yeah. Because you didn't want to answer it.
I didn't even realize. Yes, I have been. I think all women have at some point in their life.
Okay. Now, the deep conversation. You said it turns you on, gives you a high. Yeah, that's how I am.
No, I know. I said, how often does that happen to you?
It doesn't happen often. It's specific type of women.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you an example, and I talked about this in the show prior. In episode 72, I talk about how I kind of released the sub. She did on her own, but the door's closed forever.
Okay.
There was a stipulation with that. I said that that, yo, I really practice what I preach. That a lot of men would be like, dude, you gotta chill a little bit. She has no kids, under 30, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Samoan, nice body, pretty face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Successful, doing all these things she was doing. And I said that there was a stipulation of her coming in. A man of my word.
Okay.
If you telling me you okay, I'm trusting you're a woman of your word. So if you break those things, I'm not gonna be a man of my word if I don't show you the ramifications.
Right.
In the beginning, she even knew. Said, listen, you're coming back, you got your shit together, you're coming back, there's a stipulation. You understand that if these things are not done and you are not connecting and communicating and stuff like that, that you risk of being dismissed and stuff. She
Okay.
understood. Okay, so I'm just reiterating for people. People need to go back to episode 72. Now, with her, I came 7 times in a row.
Oh, wow.
And I never do that. I need at least 20 minutes break before I go back to or 30 minutes before I go back to have a second round or whatever. And that's because her and I were in tune spiritually and mentally. And that's why I say, and we had conversations, she's very intelligent woman. You know, that's why I'm saying a lot of people would be like, yo, why didn't you see?
Yeah, why'd you let her go?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, that's because of that connection. I was able to go like that. Never been able to do that before. You know, maybe I had some watermelon, has nitric oxide that builds in the body. You know,
so it doesn't. So, but
maybe I smoked a blunt.
Probably.
I don't know, but the reality is, I've never been able to do that in my life. So it was happening with her, and I was like, I think 29 when it was happening. 35 now, 29 when it was happening. She was like 27 at the time. So no, she was younger than that. She was like 25.
Yeah, because I was gonna say.
That's why I'm saying, like, I know myself. That's why I cannot do fuck buddies or meet a girl for the first time and then just smash, because my dick might not be able to get up. She might be physically attractive and get me up, and then when we're naked and it's just like, yo, she got a lot of bad habits. Like, I'm thinking about all this stuff while I'm penetrating. Yo, she got a lot of bad habits. Yo, this bitch is like fucking so. This bitch, she don't want to be submissive. She don't feminine. All right, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got myself off. I'm not even worried if she got her off. And then we're not even having conversation. I'm just like, man, she's not even gonna get me water. And, yo, can you get me something to eat? Rub my back? Like, I just put in work.
Can you make me a sandwich?
Oh, I don't do that. In my mind, yeah, this is.
It's like a waste
you
for
see,
you. It's a waste of time
so
now.
I'm saying all the components outside of the bedroom, the mental, the emotion, all these things, that even her mannerisms make me horny. A lot of men don't understand themselves. They don't know themselves. Me, I know myself. I'm at my highest consciousness right now. Godly, I'm talking about. Divine masculine. Meditation. Smoking my ancestors type shit. Getting answers from the ancestors. Them talking to me. Me seeing spirits. I'm at my highest level. So I understand myself more than anything.
Now, right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
So the reality is, a man, and it could be, hey, yo, look at her. She got the best ass, best everything. I'm just like, as a man, because I'm heterosexual and I don't go the other way, yeah, it does look nice. But the reality is, I'm like,
what else?
But what else has she got, though? Because if she don't have all these other shits, that shit doesn't matter. And for a lot of men, they may be lusting now. Once they get the lust out, they're like, she ain't even that great.
Yeah.
You see, because the lust is gone. I'm aware of this also. So I'm over here like, yeah, she already got me feeling a type of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big ass type of guy. I'm titties I don't really care for. If you got them, it's a bonus. Pretty face type of guy. Ooh, I love nice lips. However, after I have sex, will I still be interested in her? I think about this shit. You see? Am I gonna go another round? Am I even gonna last during the whole thing?
How interesting.
You see? It all starts mentally for me. I'm different from a lot of men. I can't even call myself a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm a king. I'm a god. I'm different from a lot of men. Where a lot of men don't really think about these things.
That's for sure.
You understand? So even though for me, the blood is going down there, I promise you, I'm still aware up here.
Mm.
And I'm always thinking up here prior. I'm a dominant. So I'm
Mm.
always thinking of the thing. Like we talked about in the show prior about the good girls overthinking. Like I'm doing that.
Mm. But you are not a good
This
boy.
chick right here, what if she got mad baby daddies and one of them a gang member? This
That's
chick right
true.
here, what if she finesses niggas? What if she been in a mental institute? You think niggas is over here posted at the club and stuff like that, thinking about stuff like that? Or
I'm
even
gonna go
gonna
with no.
ask them, did you grow up
Definitely
without
not.
your father? What's that mind like? No, these niggas is walking up like, yo, what that mouth like, boo?
Mm.
Yo, that ass is fly. Come over here. Let's go in the bathroom. Like niggas is like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking
And you know
about
what's
like
sad? That sometimes that
I'm
shit works on
I'm
them
talking
too.
about aggressive dudes, not like
Yeah, the
other
quiet
men. Like
types.
other men will just be like,
Wish it.
other men would just be like, hi, I want to get to know you. But the
I'll buy
reality,
you a drink.
but the reality is he just wants to smash. So
It
he's just
doesn't.
saying those
Yeah.
things.
And
Like me,
he's not that
yeah,
upfront type of
me,
person.
even if I'm DMing a chick, I'm never like, yo, I want to get to know you. I'm jumping right into the shit. Yo, you got baby daddies? How many kids you got? Like, I'm interested.
Questions off rip.
I don't care. Because I get in my relationship with arrangements. Not
I
like,
mean, I can see where that would work. The girl's probably like, hold the hell up. Why is he just jumped in with questions? That's different.
yeah.
Let me answer some of these.
Have you ever had a great conversation with somebody on a deep mental level and you weren't in a relationship? They weren't in a relationship,
But I was.
but you was.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Me too. But here's the thing. Me, I don't care about if women have boyfriends. Marriage is a little bit more intricate. It's a little dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk away from them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could leave the house, but legally you're still married,
Right,
technically, right? Separated, legally separated, but legally you're still married.
Right.
Right? So, in my opinion, it's like the boyfriend doesn't matter. You're even lying because when on your taxes you're putting single.
That's true.
So the reality is I'm like this, right? This is how I am. Me, I'm gonna pursue women. Even if she's like she got a boyfriend, I'm gonna pursue her, do things, take her out to dinner and stuff like that. And I'm gonna let her make the decision if she has a boyfriend or not. Because the reality is, it's up to her to be checking you. It's up to her to be curving you. Listen, I already told you I got a man. I respect him and stuff like that. All right, cool. Then I'm backing off.
Gotcha.
But if she's just like, yo,
Still going with it.
listen, we have so much great things, and I love you, everything about you and stuff. I just gotta let you know I got a boyfriend. That's a problem. If she's already ending with that's a problem, I already know she's ready to cheat.
That's a problem.
So you see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, what's the severity of it? Have they been together for a long time?
Right.
If they have, should I even waste time to date her and build?
Right.
Because she's cheating on this nigga. So
that doesn't worry you though?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
because
okay,
she's cheating on him. She's dishonest.
Right.
How you trust
her? She has
her?
that in her, right?
So now I'm over here thinking to myself, like, maybe she's in a relationship. That's why you got to find out what it is. He's a sole provider. She's really trying to leave. She can't. She's already let him know they're not having sex like that. You know, maybe they're roommates now. You know what I'm saying? She's just trying to build her future and capital, whatever, to be out. But she's being honest with you. You see, it's different circumstances.
That's true.
But if you're telling me this guy, and I clearly see you guys taking pictures together and you're online and stuff like that, yeah, it's serious. So if she's cheating on that nigga, wow, that's a dangerous woman.
Yeah, definitely.
You see what I'm saying? But if she's in a relationship and it's like, yo, he knows that we're not smashing and da and stuff like that, I don't really need to tell him I'm with.
What if she feels a type of way, like she's trying to get out, but the boyfriend isn't?
That's what I'm saying.
That's a problem. Oh, yeah, that could be real dangerous.
Yeah. Let me see. What gender is most likely to be more about emotional connection and sexual chemistry?
Females, emotional connection; males, sexual chemistry. Although there are some on each gender that will.
Yeah, so I didn't agree with the caller. I think she said
women usually do emotional connection.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Women want sex as much as men do, if not more.
I agree.
It's just being that they're not born hunters, science and biology, they're worried about scrutiny, reputation, how even the man that they like is gonna perceive them. They refrain, they restrict themselves from a lot of things. In her mind, she's like, the things I could do to him. The things I could do to him, maybe if he allows me, or the things I could do to him. But she may never vocalize that. So in a way, it's like women care a lot about sexual chemistry. When a woman has great sex or she feels like it's a potential, then she tries to know and be other things. Remember, I told you we're excluding masculine women. Feminine women will not sleep with a man right away. She's gonna build something. But we're still human beings and we have these instincts and desires. So a woman may see me. I walk into a bar. Damn. See? Sexual, you see? That is the prerequisite to the physical attraction. Hold on, let me finish. Now, she might give you a hint because she's not an approacher. Now, she gives him the right hint. He walks up to her. She starts building conversations now because she wants to know, yes, I want him to be inside me, but I want to know things.
Okay.
Is he a serial killer? Does he have baby mothers? Is the baby mother crazy? Is he married? Is he a commitment guy or a player? If he's married, it might not be that big of a deal because women love commitment. So if he's a player, it's more of a problem because he might just throw me away.
Or add me to the roster.
Yes. So the reality is, it's not a big of a deal if he's married. We're all going to be with baggage. So I expect that. Women know this. Women know this. Especially if they see a desirable man. They're not stupid and think he's single. They're not that dumb.
Some women are that dumb.
So they need help. Then.
Some women are that
They
dumb.
need help. They probably live in a fairy tale world too. So if he's desirable and you see that he has many things that you like, there gotta be at least one crazy chick that's not going anywhere, that says she's not going anywhere, no matter who he has. Okay?
Okay.
So the reality is a woman might know that. So she's gonna want to know things that I don't want to be put in danger. You see? Whereas more men don't care. More men don't even care about sexual chemistry because they're thinking of getting off. So who gives a fuck how good it is? She could look like a fucking Shrek. As long as I got a hole and she's doing it. Remember?
I don't know.
And you're entitled to your own opinion.
No, I know that there are guys like that.
But the reality is, men don't get sex like that. Women do. And they cannot acquire it. A man that does is a god and a king. Okay, so we're talking about men versus dominance and kings and gods. Okay, so males, yes, because they can't get it like that. The moment I could get it, I'm getting myself off. Got a lot of sexual tension. Can't get pussy like that. So why am I gonna worry about her getting hers off? Nah, I gotta get mine, bro.
That's true.
Yes, I'm spitting some facts to you.
Yeah.
Classes in session, pay tuition. So here's the thing. They don't care about that. Women are more emotional in all the sense and mental. So they care more about it. Women are more, in my opinion. When I break it down on a scientific and biology aspect, women definitely.
Are more what? Emotional connected or sexual
Emotional
chemistry?
connection and sexual chemistry.
Oh, both?
But what is more? What is more? Emotional.
I agree.
Because women, both they do, but women know that after sex, there's this oxytocin that is dripping that will make me build an emotional attachment with you, especially if it's really good. So now I'm going to start building a relationship off of that. So you got to understand the emotion connection comes first, then the sexual chemistry matters.
Yes, I agree.
That's why if a rich man is just taking care of bills, but all he's doing is traveling, he's not really there, can't give her attention, affection, she's inclined to cheating. Why?
Or going online for likes and stuff.
Because she's not getting the emotion part. You know what I'm saying? She's barely getting the sexual chemistry. Even if a guy is giving her dick once a week or whatever it is, she's not getting the emotion part, she'll go online, like you said, dating apps, Instagram, DM a guy. No intentions of giving the panties away, because I'm already getting dick down. But can you stroke my mind and all this?
Which is very dangerous because she's going in with that mentality, right? Just stroke my mind, but let him have the gift of gab and and talk to her really nice in a nice way. She's gonna be like, oh, maybe I should put my eggs in this basket because
Yeah.
this guy's just giving me dick, but he's giving me more.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what gender communicates better?
I want to say that women want to communicate better, but I don't think either
No, you can't
gender.
change your fucking answer
I
now.
was-
You said with her, women.
I said for the last one.
Okay. So, all right. So who communicates better? I
I
believe
don't
that,
think any of them do.
yeah, I don't believe any of them do. But I think men, we're not talking about males, toxicity, all that, toxic males. I think men, kings, gods communicate better than women, females, and all of that. Remember what I said about communication. When you are a great communicator, when you have great communication skills, you know when to listen. You know when to be quiet. You know when to display empathy. I see where you're coming from.
Mm.
You know when to value somebody else's opinion. Well, I have my own personal opinion. You're entitled to it. You have emotional intelligence. All these things that I'm stating, women don't have. They need to be trained these things to have.
I'm gonna have
The most
to-
intelligent alpha financial women do not have this because they had to be sharks in life and be like a man. So the moment that they don't like something, most likely they're not going to say, oh, we need to talk and lower her voice and be feminine. And you know what? We need to talk. We need to take accountability. I'm really sorry of what I did on my half. But you have to be sorry on what you did too. No, most women I've met, you did all this wrong. I don't take accountability because that is my kryptonite. It is not my antidote for responsibility and accountability. I have women scream. I have women not have emotional intelligence. You see? Most women are like this.
I'm gonna say that I half and half agree with you because I
No,
don't think that
there's
men.
there's no half and half. If there is a half and half, you agree.
Because I've never seen, well, most men that I know are awful communicators because they don't even want to bring anything up.
Yeah, because you
And
probably know a
if
lot of.
somebody brings, but that's what I'm saying. You can say that because it's subjective. You're that way, right? How many men do you know that are really great communicators, excluding
In my circle?
in your exactly, because you hang out with people that think like you.
You're right.
Okay, so you can say that because that is what you expect out of your submissives or the
Mhm.
women in your life. Most men, you bring one thing up, why the fuck you gotta talk about that? Now I don't even want to talk about you ruined my fucking day. There it goes. Now you can't even be like, oh, I just wanted to know if we were gonna go food shopping today. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
They don't want to hear it. As soon as the woman says, listen, I think we need to talk, I can't, I'm busy right now. So for the most part, most men, they're not very big communicators. Regular schmegular type guys. That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about. A woman, I feel like, wants to be a communicator, but when you have all these walls up, when you're trying to talk to your mate about something and there he goes exploding and don't want to talk, now we bring that into the next relationship if we leave that one. How am I going to freaking bring this up because that other psychopath used to flip out? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know why? You're right. But the biggest part about being a great communicator is having emotional intelligence.
Yes.
So I've had past relationships where, okay, I'll name the Dominican that I was with back in the day. She's the one that gave me the most problems, right?
Okay.
Submissive and subjectively, maybe bedroom or when we go out to the club or whatever. Very submissive. She's wanting to spoil me, but she's very dominant too, possessive, jealous, and all this other stuff, fighting me of my lifestyle. So with her, when we would have quarrel arguments, she's raising her voice. Me never.
Mm-hmm.
Are you done? So we can have an adult conversation now. She put her hands on me once. I locked her in a closet. I don't put my hands on women. You want to do this? There's consequences for this. You're not going to get the same reaction out of me, but you're going to get something you like. So I'm going to punish you emotionally. I'm going to punish you psychologically. The physical, you probably going to like because it's going to turn into the sex. Most women love rough sex. They love to be abused in bed.
Yeah.
They will never vocalize this, but they do because it's consensual. There's abuse that's not consensual and there's abuse that is.
Right. I agree with you.
Erotic asphyxiation, that's abuse, but it's consensual. I want
in
you
that.
to choke me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In
So
that
let's get the
situation.
technicals on the point. So a lot of women, especially those type of women, Dominicans, Caribbeans, Black, Latinas, whatever it is, even white girls, right,
Mm-hmm.
who they say is the most submissive, they might do that because those are emotions. So
Mm-hmm.
when they're emotions, because women are emotionally driven, you know, they might not communicate so well. Now they're raising their voice. Now they're doing this. Now they're doing that. Why don't you pay attention to me? Why don't you do this? It could be long texts,
Mm-hmm.
big caps.
Oh yeah.
You see? So at the end of the day, a good communicator will listen till you get everything out. Are you done? Can I speak now? I've
Mm-hmm.
always been this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a great communicator. So women I've dated weren't.
Right.
And women I've seen weren't. Even in my friends, family, that I've seen my parents, always. My mom is going crazy. 62 years old, both my parents. I
Mm.
go see them. My mom's going crazy and do that. My dad is like, ay, cállate. Like, or he'll be like, woman, cut it out in Creole.
Cut it out, woman.
You see, he'll say it in Creole or whatever it is. But he'll just be like, you talk too much. And she'll shut the fuck up.
Mm. But
You
your key
see what
thing
I'm
is
saying?
having emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Right.
So
But not all men. And I don't mean to cut you off, but like I said before, it's subjective to you because you have emotional intelligence.
okay.
Just like I've dealt with people, with men, obviously, where if we're arguing, or if there's a problem arises, I'm usually the one who's calm, and I've gotten my phone thrown out of a second story window.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah, 'cause-
I've had walls punched.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? But so it's not just that women don't have there's people, both genders.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All
Like I
right.
said, it's subjective to you, to the type of man that you are.
Okay.
Because not a lot of women find that calm, quiet guy. You know what I mean?
What gender cares? What gender cares more about communication, conversation, and connections? Women.
I agree.
What gender cares more about sex, or is it both?
Both.
Men. Men care more about getting it than women. Like women love sex more than men. They desire sex more than men, but it like there's more women that maybe this is subjective too.
Will masturbate,
Yeah,
then
they
go out. I agree with
yeah,
that.
or they'll practice celibacy.
Yeah, I agree
You
with that.
you know what I'm saying? But most men do mad weird shit for women because the ultimate goal is sex.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
who cares more about sex? I believe men.
I definitely. I still think it's
A
both.
woman is inclined to doing a long distance relationship than the man.
That's true.
You know?
Can you be with someone who is physically appealing, has money, but wasn't? I already know this answer for you, but wasn't into the sexual kinks, lifestyle, or
What about
fetishes.
you? Do you have kinks and stuff? Fetishes and all that.
Can I be with someone? You know what? I think that I would probably try to talk myself into it. Like let's see how far it can go. But I think ultimately, if it was like a really old boy wasn't budging, then I think we'd have to call it a day.
Mm, okay. What if you had the connection, conversation, success, but they weren't physically appealing? Would this turn into an intimate relationship for short term or long term? Or
No,
would it be a platonic
it would
friendship?
be a platonic.
So let,
Definitely.
let me see this. If you had the connection, conversation, success, but they weren't physically appealing. Now, I'm gonna get technical because let's say she has a pretty face, but she's a like I like a slim thick girl. She's skinny, really skinny.
Oh, like yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll build off that.
Okay.
Pretty face, connections, conversations, success, ambition, and submissive, cook, clean, all this maternal instincts. I'll build with that. You know what I'm saying?
But pretty face doesn't that fall into physically appealing though?
But that's what I'm saying. That could be subjective.
Oh, got
We
you.
didn't. We it's
What you think is
general.
pretty?
Yeah, it's
Right,
general.
right,
That's
right.
why it's so hard because
Yeah.
you might think a man with a nice body and an ugly face is not physically appealing. and you won't get to see his body. Maybe he doesn't post it online
Right, right. Maybe he wears baggy stuff. Right,
until
right,
you
right.
probably get in the bedroom. Like I'm talking about shirtless.
Yeah, yeah.
Not like he's wearing fitted things, and you could
Right.
kind of
Make out,
make
kinda what it
his
is.
look at those muscles poking out. You
Right.
see through those shirt. You could kind of build an imagination. I'm talking about he wears like baggy things, or you get that in the bedroom aspect. So you can't really just because his face is not he's not handsome.
Right.
You may think he's not physically
Yeah,
appealing.
it could be. That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So it could be subjective.
Yeah.
But if
But you would build off of it.
yes, but if she ugly, you know,
Mm.
no,
Do you think relationships are built
it's a
off?
friendship.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Mm.
Do you feel like relationships are built off preferences?
Yeah,
I think that a lot of times you start off with that, obviously, because you have a list of preferences that you would want your mate to to be in. But sometimes I do believe that you get surprised knowing, like, opposites attract, kind of. You might not find, that preference, or you'll be surprised that you're like, how the hell did I get attracted to him out of nowhere? He has nothing that I like. You know what I mean?
women are inclined to doing that more than men. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to go off of preferences, or not off preference.
Go off of preference.
Yeah,
You
like
know
the
what I'm saying?
checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The men who do that are feminine. They're not in the masculine. Because I'll tell you right now, like I have a preference of a woman that I date, and race is not a preference.
Yeah,
So
race is not a preference for me
I've
either.
been with black women, Asian, Indian, white, Latina. You see? So
Mm-hmm.
my preference is submission. So
Oh,
like
interesting.
if a woman is constantly combative to me and she's straight up telling me, I don't care how the connection is with us. I'm telling you I won't do this. Okay,
Mm.
bye. You see?
Mm.
I don't compromise my preferences or build off of that. Oh, I need to accept you how you are.
Mm.
But you don't see how you are as toxic. I do.
Yeah.
How is that gonna work?
Mm-hmm.
We both need to see you're toxic. Like you need to approach me on some, you know what? I need discipline in my life. Maybe not me,
Right, right.
obviously the
Play on
actual
words.
yeah. I need discipline in my life because I'm a crazy fucking bitch.
Mm.
And I need rules and I need structure,
Yeah. There are
stability,
some women like that.
stability. And you might be somebody to help me. She might have brat tendencies. I'll work
Mm.
with it. You
Yeah.
see? But a woman who is telling me if we live together or get married, there ain't no fucking way I'm cooking and cleaning by myself
Every time, right?
every fucking time. Hell no. You need to fucking help me. That's a woman I'm gonna say bye.
Mm.
I don't
Right,
even want
because
to
she
have
doesn't
sex
fit
with
with
you.
you.
You turn me off completely. I'm not even gonna give you dick. Like this,
Mm.
you just so in my mind, steadfast asininely.
Mm. Yeah.
You
Just to
see,
argue.
you see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you probably did that in your past relationship. So you're so jaded that you probably feel like no nigga deserves this. But I deserve to get your pussy though? That's fucked up. Like
Mm.
you would be willing to let me be inside you, but you're telling me you won't. Do you see?
Right. Yeah, yeah. I see
How
it.
women are just so weird.
Most
You
women.
see what I'm saying? So that's why I say a lot. So that's what I mean. Everybody has preference, whether it's a race preference, skin color, height, you make a certain
Mm-hmm.
money, capital, what you do for a living,
How you treat people.
character,
Mm-hmm.
energy. Are you spiritual too? Can we have
Mm-hmm.
conversations? Are you a book reader? Are you intelligent? Oh, you got some good dick and successful, but you're just dumb as a bucket of shrimp. I'll settle. Maybe I can train him to be smart.
That's what
You see,
you can't change anybody to be smart, but you can be like, maybe if I
yeah.
just keep him quiet
So
for the important
you have
stuff.
any final thoughts?
No. My final thoughts for this is whatever kind of connection you need, to make, just think about that long and hard, because sometimes what you wish for is not something that you really wanted.
Mm,
Oh, are you gonna close off with a reading?
yeah.
Bye.
So the reason we picked this topic is because it's a chapter title in The Seduction of Discipline, my first book, published June 30th, 2017. Um, and it's an autobiography. My lifestyle is real dominant. Education on BDSM. There's a few stories in there. Masculinity, femininity, etc. So, chapter 32 is sexual chemistry or emotional connection. So, I'm gonna read a little excerpt for everybody. Which would you rather have? I said to each their own, but for me, it is emotional connection. The emotional connection is what builds a strong, unbreakable bond and a strong sexual chemistry. The difference between fucking and having to lose interest in each other quicker, because there is nothing else outside of that other than having sex. There's no lovemaking, there's no intimacy. You can't sit back, laugh, enjoy each other's presence. Most people, when they orgasm, they shut their eyes, especially women. I didn't put that last part in there, but I'm just saying. That is because it is intense. In order to build that intensity, you will be required a deep connection. When was the last time someone touched you other than your body? Great sex involves the body, but no, good sex involves the body, but great sex begins with the mind. Nowadays, no one knows how to converse anymore. Social media has been taken over. Everyone is busy. No one has the time to really drown in anybody, put in the work for one another. As they get older, it gets harder. So a woman will always love a man more from what she can learn from versus the expensive things he's buying her. So in my time, I won't get into that. They could read the rest.
Ooh, left you with that
Bu-
cliffhanger.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like it has to do with both parties. So a woman, I believe the caller is doing this. She could have things that are, like you said, her preference, and then her personal desires. But because those preferences of a man overpower that, she's settling.
Yeah.
So she might not have the communication, the conversations, um, even the she or whatever it is, but the sexual chemistry is really good. So she's willing to put up with a long distance. She's willing to, and I'm not picking on her. I'm just using her
Right,
as an
right.
example that most women will compromise their character, their morals, their values, their even preferences, and their personal beliefs, for a man they love, trust, respect, value, you know more pros than cons. Like for example, me, my toxic tendencies, I'm stubborn, steadfast in my ideologies. Also, this is bad. If you do me dirty, I'll walk past you like I don't know you.
Well,
I really like you're a stranger.
yeah.
Door is closed. It's bad. It's a toxic thing.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I
like
don't
that too,
know if
though.
I'm ever gonna walk away from that or
I
learn.
think that's also a protection thing, though.
Yeah. So there's certain things with me, like another toxic thing could be like, yo, if I knew you, you were close to me, and you were like, oh yeah, I can't wait till books come out, and you don't, I stop talking to you. I mean, you could still follow me, I could
Right.
still follow
You
you,
won't put any effort into it now.
but I'll forget about you. Just be a ghost follower. Oh, I'll unfollow you because I don't want to see. But you could still follow me. I'm not punishing you as blocking you
Right.
or anything like that. But it's one sided for you. I'm not putting in no effort. So it's nothing personal, just business. I need good energy around me to elevate. You're negative energy. So I don't, you see what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm following you, then that's putting my energy towards that. And
Right.
now it's suppressing things.
Right. Right. It's
You know?
blocking you.
So you have to learn these things, but there's women out there, even some men who do sacrifice these things. Oh my God, sex is so crazy, but she
That's
is
true.
so fucking annoying. I don't want to go home. I'd rather do more time. I don't get peace when I go home. I don't do this. She always asking me, who the fuck is this on Instagram? Or she's not willing to do this, or there's always gonna be an argument. God damn when I got home. But he settles. Why?
Because the sex is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she could probably be a crazy chick, but she brings that crazy to the bedroom, so I settle. Men are in this category as well. Women are more inclined to building other things because of the sex.
Yeah.
And
Overlook things.
and then reverse. They could have all the other great things, sapiosexual, whatever. Sex is really bad, how is the sex bad when we have all these things? Now you start to see her resent you, not respect you, all these other things, because you can't
Mm.
dominate her.
Right.
Whereas women only respect men that can dominate them in the entirety, not just general. It could be mental, emotional, psychological,
Mhm.
verbal, emotional, physical, sexual. So they only respect these men. You know what I'm saying? They go crazy for the men that can manhandle them.
Mm.
But they manipulate those other men that they can control.
Yes.
So at the end
100%.
of the day, like, she might build something based off that good sex. And if that sex is trash, you're gonna see her start doing things that
Mhm.
are resentful.
Yeah.
She might not
That's
ever
true.
leave you because you have all these other things, maybe
Other
even
qualities.
money.
Yeah. I was gonna say
You pay
money.
bills, but gonna she's gonna not respect you. She's gonna change. She's gonna maybe talk to other men, build emotion, not
Yeah.
giving the panties right away, but build
Right.
emotion. Want to build a backup plan. Let me see what else is out there. How could
Yeah.
this man not know how to kiss me right, love me, touch me, fuck me? How? How?
Mm.
He doesn't love me. How? She might
Mm.
think that.
Yeah.
You see? So that's what I believe. We all build our relationships off preferences.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Once again, you guys were tuned into the season 7 finale. Season 8 will be to be announced. And can't wait for that. Not
That's
gonna
gonna
give
be a
away
good one.
spoilers,
Mm.
but we appreciate you guys tuning in for all the season all year round.
All the episodes,
All
everything.
the episodes. We appreciate all our supporters. Like, comment,
Sharing.
share,
Yep.
subscribe, tell your mother, friends, sister, cousins, different countries.
Everybody.
Um, we really appreciate the support and the love, the comments, the likes, all that. You guys are not unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're being pushed, whether it's algorithms,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube and stuff like that because of you guys. So keep doing
Yes.
what you're
Thank you
doing.
so much. It's
Um,
really appreciated.
yeah, so that's it. One of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real topics, issues, social issues that we talk about that are not conversations that are not being had. Podcast, the Discipline Therapy Podcast. Peace.
Peace.